So mabuhay, beautiful people! This is me again, BTG. I talk about tourism, creativity, and lifestyle. And in this video is somehow special from the usual content I am creating. For in this one, I will be sharing 5 important things that I learned during this pandemic. So I know that you already know about this coronavirus, but before I proceed, let us have first a recap about the timeline of this coronavirus. So it was initially reported to the World Health Organization or WHO on December 31, 2019. And on January 30, 2020, WHO declared COVID-19 outbreak a global health emergency. And on March 11, 2020, COVID-19 declared as global pandemic. And that is according to medscape.com. And from then on, we are mandated to better stay at home, to avoid unnecessary travels, and observe health protocols, making us all in the world experience the new normal. So it's been 8 months already since we're changing the way we do things here in the Philippines, and more likely, wherever you are right now, you're also experiencing the same thing. For sure, some have already adopted the new changes, but there are also some still have the hard time in coping up with this new normal or with this kind of setup. Of course, it can't be helped that during those struggling past months, we will be able to realize something from it. And life is never be short of lessons, no matter what the circumstances we will encounter. Now, here's my 5 important things that I'm able to learn during this pandemic. So first is equality. During the early times of the declaration of a global pandemic, we never thought that the world will come into halt, experiencing home quarantines not only to the poor, middle class, but to all. And even those who are in the high positions, urban areas, rural areas, suburbs, and any culture in the world, and also closure of businesses like MSMEs, big companies, airports. Who would have thought that the works in the airport will stop? Except medical facilities. I realized that this situation has shown us that we are all equal, that we are all the same, regardless of our economic status, regardless of our religion, customs, whether we are rich or poor. The virus simply does not choose. So no one is exempted, as all has become susceptible with the disease. Now, with us sharing the same dilemma, it connected us in a way, or it showed us that we should help each other. So during this chaos, while many of us are in a panic, it showed us the way of humanity. It reminded us who we are, that we are all equal regardless of our economic status, religion, culture, and all. So after this pandemic, looking forward for a more equitable world. Second is adaptability. So during home quarantine, when the world comes to an almost stop, we are enjoying to stay at home because this is the only way we can help our community, especially our selfless frontliners. So as what I have said, to some it sounds difficult, it sounds boring, it's a waste of time. In my experience, I am not used into sitting in the same closed place for so long. But eventually, I started to adopt. I started to do things that I love because I have now the time, unlike before pandemic. Though it's not really that much because work still did not stop, but I am able to spare time with the things that I love, like sketching, reading books, do my yoga, and meditate, and all. And I found this newly hobby, which is vlogging, and that includes editing videos and photos. And I tried things that I had never done before, and I also learned how to communicate and work virtually. So explore things, no, because you are more than what you are now. So, but the best part, or one of the most important things that I learned, is how to listen to my body, to take care more of my body, to devote more time to myself. I realized that having more time to yourself is something that people undervalue nowadays, because there are so many factors, whether we are busy at work, at school, in our businesses, or whatever reasons we may have. People tend to forget to have time in themselves, which is very important. And during this pandemic, I found satisfaction, contentment, and happiness in taking care of my body. This seems to be a little thing to some, but for me, this is everything. We need to put into priority ourselves in finding ourselves, especially in the middle of this struggle. So third is the importance of prioritizing our health. So when I say about health, it's not only about our physical health, but also our mental and spiritual health. But let me first talk about our physical health. So I already gave you idea about this in number 2, which is adaptability, but I just want to give emphasis on our physical movement. So we should always have the sufficient physical movement, since people now are working and having classes through virtual. We should also not forget that once in a while we need to move. Do your stretching, do your plantita or plantito routine, or do things that you promise to do when you don't have enough time. So it's about time for you to do it. So also have vitamins as much as possible and drink more water. Next, in mental health. So I have learned that misinformation kills. The spreading of the unverified information has also contributed the spread of this virus. The tendency is when we absorb so much information we receive, be it in news, in social media, or wherever you get the information, the tendency is we become paranoid. So before pandemic, I thought lamang ang may alam. We have the edge if we are well informed, but during pandemic, I realized that it doesn't apply always. I will just share to you my experience. So during the first month of my duty in the provincial health office, because due to COVID, some of us in the office need to be reassigned. But we still need to do our original task or our usual task when needed. So I experienced anxiety, and my family knows that. I don't know what was happening to me at that time. I am a sleepy person. I sleep a lot, but when I have the chance to sleep or take a nap during daytime, I prefer not to, because the tendency is that I can't sleep during at night. I can't explain what was happening to me at that time. I wear a mask wherever I go to work. I smile, I laugh, but deep inside, I don't know what was happening to me. I feel anxious, I'm worried, I am stressed. I was drawn by the negativity of the media, of the things that surrounds me. But as days passed by little, I found my way. I found myself again. How? Just get important information from media, because too much information might kill you. And also the answer is our spiritual health. We need to strengthen our faith, especially in these trying times. Whatever religion or beliefs you are in, we need to strengthen our faith. The enemy is attacking us deep inside without us having knowing. So we need to be self-aware at all times. Take a time to look ourselves in the mirror. Take a deep breath and clear your minds a bit, and also get a hold of ourselves once again. So fourth is relationship. So much for playing the blaming game is just a waste of time. So the culture of almost blaming anyone or anything for our misfortunes is, again, I think, just a waste of time. Why not make use of this time to deepen our relationship with our family, our parents, our siblings, our friends? Because for me, these negative things are just temporary. So seize this moment. Catch up with your friends, even if it's online or through call or text. We don't know that your simple, kind act will save someone's life. You now have the opportunity to be with your loved ones. Make use of that time. Make use of it to connect to people and build a harmonious relationship. The last but definitely not the least, faith to God. So even if we have a lot of spare time, people still forget to have time to God. So please also never forget to connect not only to your family and friends but also to God. So that's all my 5 important things that I have learned during this pandemic. So first is equality, adaptability, the importance of prioritizing health, relationship, and faith to God. So stay positive and healthy. This too shall pass. So before I will end this video, I will just share, taking from one of Jay Shetty's inspirational message that really moved me. I know that there are special events, occasions, like wedding, birthdays, graduation, promotion, vacations that you have missed, canceled, delayed, lost. It doesn't matter, because the feeling and emotion in our hearts and minds will never be canceled. Celebrate that celebration the best possible you can, because the feeling and emotion will never be canceled. Love is not canceled. Friendship is not canceled. Joy is not canceled. Togetherness is not canceled. What is happening right now is just a trial from our Creator. By continuing to deepen our relationship to God, there will be no trials that we cannot pass. So that's it for today's video. I know that you have learned a lot of things during this pandemic also. We would love to hear from you. You can also share that to us by commenting in the box below. So I hope that you learned something, and thank you so much for watching until the end. And please don't forget to give this a like and subscribe and hit the bell button in order for you to be notified when I have new uploads. Again, this is me, Beauty G, sending my love as always. Bye!